Good Friday morning to everybody. No pun intended. Most of Christendom today is celebrating this day as Good Friday. And the purpose of this series of video teachings is not aimed at putting down any of that or belittling any of the people or the religious traditions involved, but rather to expose you to the truth. I assume that anybody watching these videos and suffering through my teaching is doing so because they are lovers of the truth. So important in this age, because we're told in scriptures that there will come a time when deception will overtake the large majority of people, and the reason the Bible gives for that is because they loved not the truth. Makes you susceptible to believing any lie possible that can be crafted by man or man-made systems if you are not a lover of the truth. So, with the goal of speaking the truth in love, we just want to go back and reiterate that toward the very end of yesterday, Passover, 14 Nisan, 9 April, before that day was over, that Jesus was laid in a grave borrowed from Joseph of Arimathea, and that was done in hasty fashion before sundown. Forgive me for not looking directly into the camera for the next minute, but I want to read to you the account of that. And it's the Synoptic Gospel account. It's a compilation of what all of the writers had to say, removing the redundancies. And they, Joseph and Nicodemus, laid Jesus in Joseph's new tomb, which he had hewn out in the rock, where no one else lain. And he rolled a great stone against the door of the tomb, and departed. And it was the day of the preparation, which is Passover, and the special Sabbath drew near. And the women, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, who had come with Jesus out of Galilee, followed after and beheld the tomb, and how the body was laid before the tomb was sealed. And they returned to the city and prepared spices and ointments. And on the 2 Sabbaths they rested according to the commandment. Undoubtedly, the last day of Jesus' human life was the longest that he had ever experienced. And we've had to eliminate some of the details of that day. We will cover them tomorrow, in which there is no Bible account of any activity at all. But what happened after sundown last night, the beginning of 15 Nisan, from 6 p.m. Thursday to 6 p.m. this Friday, on what we call now April 10th. I realize that most everybody's observing today is the day that Jesus was crucified, but they're a day late. That's not to say that the significance of Jesus' death and all that it means to us in our salvation is not properly recognized. It's just that they're a day late, and because of that, the importance of Israel's feasts is diminished. Jesus was crucified on 14 Nisan at twilight as our Passover lamb, as Passover was coming to an end, as the scriptures dictated. He was laid in the tomb late that day and on into the early hours of the next day, 15 Nisan, which is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Leaven is a type of sin. And you know, Casting Crowns got it right. And the lyrics of their song, Glorious Day, said, living, he loved me. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Rising, he justified freely forever. One day he's coming. Oh, glorious day. Oh, glorious day. Wow. Jesus' burial fulfilled the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Did anything else happen on this day, 15 Nisan? Well, apparently the religious leaders were so concerned about Jesus and his prediction that he would rise in 3 days that they set aside the high Sabbath rules for themselves. I think they had a predilection for doing things like that, because it says in Leviticus 23, 6 and 7, and on the 15th day of the same month, that's this month of Nisan, is the feast of unleavened bread of the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no customary work on it. That's Leviticus 23, 6 and 7. So what did happen on that day? Well, in the morning, on the next day, this is in Matthew's account here, Matthew 27, 62 to 66. On the next day, which followed the day of preparation, i.e. Passover, the chief priests and Pharisees gathered together to Pilate, saying, Sir, we remember while he was still alive, how that deceiver said, After 3 days I will rise. Therefore command that the tomb be made secure until the third day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say to the people, He is risen from the dead. So the last deception will be worse than the first. And Pilate said to them, You have a guard. Go your way, make it secure as you know how. And so they went and made the tomb secure, sealing the stone and setting the guard. That ends the Bible record of activity for this particular day. There is no recorded Bible activity for tomorrow, the regular Jewish Sabbath. So tomorrow we're going to share one of those previously moments, as we go back 2 days to the Passover and explore some of the details of that day that we had to initially move past because of time constraints. So, may God bless you as you remember Good Friday for what it really is and what really happened on the day before and what it should mean to you. Have a blessed day.